Okay guys, so here's our steelhead all filleted up. I filleted most of the darker lateral line meat out and filleted the pin bones out, took the skin off and chunked it up. And it's all ready to go. Getting my ice fishing stuff ready here for tomorrow, so it's kind of cluttered, but it'll work. And this is our marinade. This is like a Asian smoked fish marinade I found online. I'll put a link in the description to the recipe. This is a cup and a half of soy sauce, cup and a half of white sugar, 3 cups water, and 2 tablespoons each of, we got chopped fresh garlic and chopped fresh ginger root in there. So we're going to let this marinade, I think, for at least 24 hours here. We'll see how it goes. But I'm just going to move this in so I don't make a mess here. Just going to ladle this on. Okay, so we've marinated for 24 hours and it's looking and smelling really good here. So we're going to take our fillets out of the marinade, we're going to put them on these racks, and we're going to put them back in the fridge and let them sit on these racks overnight. And that's going to allow the fish to start losing moisture, and it's going to get a nice sticky coating or pellicle. On the outside of the fillet, and so that's the next step. So we're going to do that right now, and there's not a lot to it. Basically, just you want to sit them on these racks so you don't want anything touching, because we want airflow all around the fillet. That's kind of the point of this, and that's what's going to allow it to dry out overnight. So I'm not going to make you guys watch all this. We're just going to go through and we're going to get all these on racks and move them to the refrigerator. And then tomorrow morning they'll be going in the smoker. Alright, so these sat overnight and they got that nice sticky coating on them. And we're getting ready to put them in the smoker. And again, this is the steelhead that we caught up on the Niagara. And you can see it's darkened up, it's absorbed a lot of the marinade, it's nice and sticky, and it's ready to go in the smoker here. So we got, let's see here. We got good smoke rolling. We're using apple wood, and I have an electric smoker, and that's the time on it there. I have it set at 210 because it doesn't smoke really good much below there. So we're just going to take these pieces and we're just going to line them up on these racks again so they're not touching each other. And we're going to line them up all in there, and I'm going to let them smoke for probably a couple hours here, and then we'll check them out again. There's all our fillets lined up in there. Again, you just want lots of room around them so they're not touching. So smoke can roll around them. And I don't have any water in the pan because I'm actually trying to dry these fillets out, because I'm going for a drier, like salmon candy kind of recipe. And we got applewood chips in the chip pan down here. This is a chip pan, just applewood chips, and they're smoking. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna let them go a couple hours for 210, and we'll check on them again. So that's after an hour and a half smoking right there, and I was gonna let them go 2 hours, but I think I'm gonna pull them now because they're looking done. They're starting to crisp up around the edges there, and I don't want to over smoke them or over cook them. And they look like they're good and smoky now. Like I said, this smoker's been running hard at about 210 degrees for an hour and a half. And I'm going to go ahead and pull them now, and we're going to finish them in the dehydrator. If you had a smoker that would run at a lower temperature, you could probably just finish them in the smoker, let them go longer. But I got to run mine up around 200, 210 to really get any smoke out of it. And yeah, so you can see it's rolling smoke pretty good at 210. But I can't run it any lower than that. Like I said, I don't want to over smoke / overcook these things. And with the dehydrator, finish them in the dehydrator, I really find you can get more of a even dryness with them, and don't have to worry about getting them like too smoky and bitter or overcooking them. So we're gonna turn this off and pull them out now, and we'll move them to the dehydrator. Alright, last step here, guys. So took it out of the smoker, let it cool. It's still had a little stickiness on the outside, and I crusted it with some black pepper. This is personal preference. I like pepper. It's fully cooked at this point, and you could eat it just like this if you wanted to. But I'm going to move it to the dehydrator and dry it out even further, so it's almost like jerky, and kind of following like what a salmon candy recipe would be. And I think that's a traditional Inuit recipe that basically you dry it out till it's about like jerky, which I really like. And it's you can basically like throw it in your pocket, take it fishing with you, which is kind of cool, and the flavor is really good. So we're just gonna take these pieces here and just line them up on the dehydrator, and we'll get her running, and we'll let it go at jerky temperature, which is about 155, 160, and we'll just check them every so often until we get the moisture just right. Some of these pieces are a little smaller, so they'll probably go faster, so I'll just check it occasionally and try not to eat the whole batch before it's done. But that's basically it, and we'll show you the finished product and we'll be done. Alright, so it's all done, guys. I forgot to take a picture when I pulled it out of the dehydrator, but this is how I like to package it, just in like snack size packages, vacuum sealed. Put these in the freezer. You can see it's dried right out. It's almost, this looks like jerky, kind of the consistency of jerky. And I took some to work today. You guys tried it. Everybody liked it. It's really, really good. I like doing the pepper crust on the end, like I did there too. That's good. So guys, I would definitely recommend this recipe. Try it out. I think it would work with pretty much any trout or salmon, or even definitely want to try it with tuna next time we get some tuna. So that's it. Hope you try it. Hope you like it. Thanks.